Hey, hey, it's Lori Pelzer. Good morning. Good Saturday morning to you. I wanted to stop through this morning. We're going to dive right on in. We are kicking off a very new conversation I'm having called The Evolution of You. The Evolution of You. And I believe that this is a conversation that it's time to have, but I also know it's a conversation that so many of us are not really focused on when we think about who we are today and who we've been. When we think evolution, we think scientific, right? We think more the Darwin theory. And what I want to bring to this conversation is that evolution, yes, why it be a scientific conversation that we most are aware of, it's a spiritual conversation. And I want to tap that. When I came into 2020 knowing and feeling that this was an evolutionary period. So as a human, it is very much idea that we grab hold of it. But as a woman, it is almost, how could I put this, non-negotiable that we grab hold. And I want to say good morning to each of you. Good morning, Kay. I see you joining in. And I am excited because I believe this conversation is going to set some women on fire. I believe this conversation is going to give you a view into a larger you. And I believe this conversation is going to open you up and wake you up to your potentials that are lying dormant, that are yet touched and yet experienced in you. So as my team and I have been preparing, today all I wanted to do was just step in. I'll be doing these chats normally on a Tuesday or Thursday night. And today, because it's Super Bowl weekend, I'm about to run out and do a few things and get a few errands handled. I didn't want to interrupt anyone's Sunday. So you get the first glimpse into the evolution of you. The evolutionary season that we're about to enter into, we're actually in it. January ended yesterday. So we're in the process of an evolutionary season. So Lori, what does that mean? It means that all the earlier you, all of the things that have gotten you to this point, all of the things about you, the journey of you, the processes of you, is now going to ask you to take that up. I mean, not just one notch, not just two notches, but way up. Way up because the heavens have opened up. We're in 2020. There is a lot of history behind what this decade will represent. You got to do some research. And if you don't know how to do that, I'm encouraging you to stay with me. I'm going to be talking vortex. I'm going to be talking open heaven. I'm going to be talking about the process of evolution. I'm going to be talking about the gradual development of who we are as women. Girl, Go Be Great Lifestyle and Success Company has undergone an evolution. Lori Pelzer has undergone an evolution. And my goal is that you reach a new level of development, that you reach a new level of advancement, that you reach a new level of growth, that you reach a new level to rise up to. In these conversations, that you reach a new level of progress, that you reach a new unfolding of you, that you see a new extension of who you can become. It's not finished. You are just getting started. And you're going to have to say yes to that. Because what we can't do in this season, because of some of the things I will reveal to you, is adapt. You can no longer adapt. Adaptation has already taken place. That time is over. So this season is about new advancement, new growth, you rising up. There's an open heaven that I'll be talking about. There's a vortex, VORTEX, that's going to open up and pull things into existence for you in this season. I was given this word, evolutionary, 4 months before the end of the year. It was about 4 months before the end of the year. And I have been searching, girl greatness, I have been searching for what was to come, what would be the word, the message, the work required for women in 2020. And there it was. It was right there, so clear, so crisp, and I received it. So welcome in, girl greatness. I see all of you joining. Thank you for being with me this morning. Rain, thank you. Thank you, Katrina Bridget, such a cheerleader. I honor you. Thank you so much. Cynthia Doe, thank you so much, Bobby. Great to see you here. Hope you and your family are well. Nefertiti, thank you for being with me. Alicia Jackson, thank you so much. Kay, again, I'm sending you out. Shouts woo woo to you. Alicia George, thank you for being with me this morning. Michelle Hopkins, I see so many of you joining. So for those of you who are just joining, it's just so important that you listen to the first part of the video. So I'm going to just give you just a snippet of that evolution experience this morning. So this morning we want to talk about waking up the potential. So for those of you who are going to join me over the period of time for this series, you're going to leave this series. The promise is that you leave in an advanced state. So if you're ready to play small or you're ready to hold on to all of what has been, you're not ready to grow, you're not ready to receive the progress that's necessary for you to get that thing in your life that you deserve, that the season that's available right now is ready to give you, then you don't need to join these series, because I'm going to be talking next level. I'm going to be talking complex forms, and you're going to have to really dive in. It's not like your typical lives where you just get to have some fun. I'm going to be teaching live for you because it's important to me to ensure that I've done the work I'm mandated by God to do. And that doesn't always include, right, having a client. It includes having an opportunity to reach all women. And this is that form. I get to do that, and I get to please my Father by doing what he's asked of me, because every woman doesn't have the money to hire me as a one-to-one coach. Every woman doesn't have the opportunity to say, Lori, I would love to get in one of your programs and be in that close-knit space with me. So I understand what my job is. So I want you to take, and the reason I share all that with you, right, not to impress you, but to impress upon you that I'm making the commitment, right, for you to show up in this space with me, that I can teach you and give you something, because we're in a history-making moment. And in that history-making moment, you are a part, girl greatness, you are a part of what the earth needs. So if I am a part of that, and you are part of that, and we are spiritual sisters in that, then it is important that we show up to this moment. So I got a lot of good stuff for you. All right. All right. So we got a few minutes this morning, because we're going to dive in more so next week. And so it'll be on Tuesday nights or Thursday nights, but I'll be announcing which nights they will be on. We're making sure that all the clients are taken care of and we don't have any overlap in the scheduling, and you'll kind of know when I'm live and how we'll be rolling this series out called The Evolution of You. So for those of you who are just joining, I received this message about 4 months before the end of the year. I've been searching inside of me. I've been waiting on God and the heavens and the angels and the universe in, congruency to release what it is I'm supposed to be working on with my clients in 2020, What am what am I in 2020? What is it that we're supposed to grab hold of in 2020? And so with all that being said, it showed up. And the evolution, I said earlier, we think of it more of a scientific process. But as much as it's a scientific process, it is a spiritual process. It is about who you've been, but how you formed and developed over time. And each of us have had a level of development that may need to actually be advanced, right? Because you've been in that same development over and over and over and over again. Maybe you need more progression. I'll be tapping into words like advancement, concepts on progression. That's part of the evolution. Concepts on expansion. Maybe you're like, Lori, it's my expansion time. I understand it. I get it. I hear it. I feel it. Can you help me with what that looks like as an evolution? Yes, I can. I'm in that process. I'm in a constant, consistent process of expanding. Maybe you need to unfold. Maybe there's just simply parts of you that have yet to unfold, to flower out. I'm going to be teaching on something called the flowering experience. Maybe you need just a quick modification, maybe just a 10-degree shift of change that could put you in this season of evolutionary. Whatever you will need, you will find it in this conversation I'm about to have. And you will see yourself, and the results of that is going to be you sitting smack bam in the middle of the open heaven, pulling down from that vortex I'll be teaching on, getting your stuff this season. And if you do the work, you would have recast everything. recast. You would have recast your life. So you got to open up to hear these messages. You got to let go of who you thought you were. You got to let go of beating yourself. You got to let go of self-loathing, shame, guilt. You got to let go of I didn't do it like I should have did it. You got to let go of maybe it's just too late for me. I've been through too much. You got to let go of I've been sick. You got to let go of I've been broke. You got to let go of I haven't gotten where I want to go or get where I could go. You got to let go. Surrender to a new possibility. So with all that being said, waking up to your potential. That's the very first layer of this evolution. So what is potential? Potential is a very big abstract word. But for lack of, big words, think about it for a minute. Just think about potential for a minute. You can read the definition of it in the dictionary. And then think about it. Sit in that. I always say to my clients, sit in it. Sit in it. What is it saying to you? But what I know about potential is this thing unused, untouched, unexplored. And so we want to use that, and we want to think about you, the woman, and what's in you, right? Stirring up, that's been in there for however long, that may have just popped in there last week as an idea or a concept or a desire or a vision or a dream. But it's unused. It's unexplored. And when it's explored and when it's used, it becomes a powerful potential. Because potential is not a guarantee. Potential is the opening. Potential is what's possible, meaning what's there that can be used to get me where I want to go. So we have to discover the potential in us over and over and over and over again. It doesn't stop because you're a grown adult, tax paying, working woman. That's not it. This is about the hidden jewels, exploring the diamonds of your acres. I will be sharing some yummy stuff with you. This is about the formative you. And here it is. I got a question for you to really ponder on. When we think waking up the potentials, now that you know it's unused, it's hidden in us, it's like acres of diamonds, unexplored. Why is it that organisms, trees, flowers, and you see where I'm going with that? They grow, they evolve. The butterfly, and the only organism, which be the human organism, puts a stop, puts a block, puts a limit on growth. No other organism puts limits on their growth. Does a tree, Jim Rohn said it best, transformational leader. Jim Rohn says, look at a tree. Does a tree stop growing? Does a tree stop growing? And I thought about it, and I love trees. Like when I'm on the interstate and we're traveling, my husband would always be like, babe, you love those trees. I do. Trees speak to you. And one thing I know to prove that God is real and there's a higher power working in this evolution that we are part of, that we're just not aware of enough, right? We're not conscious enough about it, is trees. Trees are the litmus test. How could something grow that tall and seem like it never, ever had an ending to it? And somewhere God just said, listen, stop, that's tall enough. But no, it just kept growing. He didn't say that. He allowed it to grow because that's the whole beauty of the tree. It has a covering for us. It gives us oxygen. It's important for our lives, right? So the tree has a purpose. So if you think about you, the woman, as a tree, and you think about the possibility, the potential of growth without limits, that in itself. And so a tree doesn't say, I stop to right here. How many little trees do you really see? Unless they are designed to be small. So why do we as humans, but more so as women, stop the potential in us? You know why? Because we got choices. We have free will. And we've chose to just stop. We've chose to just stop. And I know, right, Kay, they are magnificent. And I know it's challenging to discover what's hidden inside of you because no one ever gave you permission to search yourself out in that deepest, most powerful place called you. So I want everyone to get this book. It's not a book. I want you to go to YouTube, your first action assignment, and I want you to listen to the audio, and it's called The Acres of Diamond. The Acres of Diamond. Russell Cornwell, Cronwell, something like that. If it's misspelled, don't hold it against me. Just find it. We want to wake up your potentials. We want to wake up your human potential. We want to wake up your woman potential. And in order to do that, you got to get some direction. And you got to have that direction first before you can start to experience it on your own. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to listen to the Acres of Diamonds. It's about a story of an African farmer who was told that there was diamonds in his acres. And he goes on a journey to search out those diamonds. And the story will inspire you. It will give you some insight, because the first part of the story doesn't end well. But the second part of the story will give you exactly what it will take to wake up your potential. Now, I want to give you 3 points for waking up your potential. What does it mean to wake up your potential is the first thing. It means to say, I have more in me, right? I want to pull my notes out. I have more in me. That's what it means. I know there's more in me. I know there's more in me. I want everyone to type that's with me right now. I know there's more in me. This is a mentality. This is a new perspective. I know there's more in me. I know there's more in me. That's the first idea of this, waking up your potentials. So number 1, we're going to let go of our intergenerational traumas by either seeking support or help to get through them, get around them, honor them, and let them be buried so that we can move into a new evolution of ourselves. So if you've had intergenerational trauma, whether it be sexual, financial, social, physical, emotional, it is going to be, right, important. It's a requirement that you finally get the support and help that you will need. I see you there. Thank you, Cynthia. I see you there, Kay. I see you, Alicia. I know there is more of me in me. Absolutely. There is. And it's hidden. And you got to go on a journey to find it. Because our lives will make us feel, right, that the more is lost, that the more is no longer available. The more is not lost, and the more is still available. It's a mentality. It's a mindset shift. It's a soul decision. It's at that level you'll have to make this decision. That makes sense? So number 1, these 3 points. Intergenerational trauma. Each of us have had some level of trauma. My trauma had many layers to it. Several layers to it, actually. And I found that my intergenerational trauma stemmed all the way back. After I started to do research on my family, the trauma started with my grandfather. My grandfather, while being a good provider financially, World War II vet, worked at a plant type place for 20 additional years, drove a really nice Cadillac, inherited his mother and father home. My first grandmother, I found out through learning the history of my family of women, because I needed to know where my trauma started, right? And it was a pathology. Ayanya Van Zandt talks about the pathology. And so the pathology of my intergenerational trauma started way back before I was touched inappropriately, or I was going through poverty, or I was going through emotional distress. It was way before that. Does that make sense? So your first job after you read or listen to Acres of Diamonds on YouTube, which is going to open you up to a story, as I just mentioned, about about a story about the African farmer. So part of waking up your potential will be that as your first assignment. The 3 points that I'm covering for those who just joined me. Number 1 is intergenerational trauma. We'll have to let this go. We'll have to honor it. We'll have to acknowledge it. And it's time to get support, and it's time to get help to resolve it, go around it, and let it be. Let it be a part of your story. Let it be a part of who you are, but not it be who you are. Because it's been ruling and reigning so many women's lives. So whatever trauma you've experienced, like I said, whether it's emotional, physical, sexual, economics, it sits in our cells. And it sits in our cells, girl greatness, much longer than we actually are aware of. Without going deep into that today, what is very important to know that some of our intergenerational traumas are cell level. So they're not just, it happened to me, girl, and I'm over it. I don't know how to put this, but to put this, because any of you know me, you know that I'm always going to be vulnerable, authentic, and right there in truth as much as I know how to be. How do you overcome being raped for at least, age, say 7 to 12? It was kept a secret. It was a family member. You had to see that family member. How do you overcome losing all your money? I've been there. And having to go to the food bank to get food. Been there, done that. And having been the super successful story prior to that. How do you overcome that? How do you keep moving through that? How do you move through a mother that's disconnected from you? Some one of you have that story. You don't know why she's disconnected with you. You don't know why you just can't and her can't get it together. Why you and your sister can't be real sisters. You could be sisters with other women and not your own blood sister that came out your mama's womb, or your own brother that came out your mama's womb. Why is it that your daddy has caused so much pain, if that's your story? Or why is it your daddy is giving you love, but yet your mama haven't? Whatever your intergenerational story is not new. Someone, some other woman has it. This is why I know we're more alike than we're different. I always say this in some of my seminars. I'll be on the Girls Your Life tour again this year. This is year 3. We're excited. We're opening up for speakers right now. We have 2 speaker spaces available. You want to go to girlitsyourlifetour.com. If you have a story, a message, and you want to go out to the world and travel with us across the states, it's pretty much every month. We'll be gone a weekend or 2, so this is a powerful opportunity for you to share your mission, your message, your purpose. I'll be training you how to go out there and do it. You get speaker training as a part of the package, and you get to roll with me. Let's roll together. I got some incredible women we'll be introducing to you very shortly. And we're behind the scenes working like day and night to get the website up and ready. But it's girlitsyourlifetour.com. You can send an email to request an interview. We have 2 more slots available. And you truly, truly, truly want to give yourself an opportunity if you're an aspiring speaker or a seasoned speaker and you're ready for more. This is your time, your evolution. Want you to definitely get involved. So whatever that intergenerational trauma is, Anya Vizant talks about it being pathology. So know that it goes way back before the actual thing happened. Before you start messing up your money, it goes back to every woman in your family and how she viewed money and what was the messages passed down. You see, it didn't just start with you. It didn't start with you. So we got to release that it was just you. You are part of a sum of a whole generation of women in which and where it started. All right. Number 2, in order for you to wake up your potential, you're going to have to unleash. And this is an unleashing. Unleashing means to go and roar at it. I mean, relentlessly move toward it. Have an insatiable desire for it. Face off with your truths. Unleash the power of your true self. Who are you? And if you don't know that, then you have to do the work. The work will include self-identity work, some of the work I do with my clients. Self-love work. What do you feel you're truly worth? How much love on a scale of 1 to 10 do you say you offer to you? See, it's not just about finding your gifts, your skills, your talents. If it was that easy, all of us would have been in our potentials long ago. This is about the things unspoken, right? Before we even get into using your gifts, talents, skills, your brilliance, your education. Because if that was the case, then all of us would be good to go. And that is not what is happening with women. And that is not where we are. But this evolutionary period is going to require you to do this work. So this unleashing is an unleashing of the truth, having an insatiable desire to face the truth of who you are. If you don't like who you are, it's time to change it. You no longer can sit inside of peer pressure as an adult woman. You can no longer sit inside of quote unquote jealousy as an adult woman. You can no longer have certain behaviors that follow trends as an adult woman. You have to know yourself. To thy own self be true. Know what you like. If you don't know what you like, you got to go on a journey. And so here's your homework for that. You need to get you a blank book, paper. You need to challenge yourself every single day for 66 days. It is no longer 21 days for inhabiting. That was always the low end of it. I have my 66 days of change on my wall in my bedroom. The challenge is 66 days. There's scientific and there's results that are just incredible around 66 days. So I want you for 66 days, starting with day 1, to locate yourself. Say you wake up on Monday morning, self-identity check. So I want you to really say how you're feeling about you. What's showing up for you, about you. Not about anybody else, not about anything else other than you. Do you feel whole today? Do you feel pretty today? Do you feel good today? Do you feel like you smell good today? If you don't smell good, go get in the shower. You know how that go, right? Do you feel like you're worthy today? Do you feel like your money is good today? And if you don't feel what you don't feel, don't make it fit. We've been making us fit into this mentality called the herd mentality. The herd mentality is when we all just jump in, get in where we fit in. And social media has not made it any better. What's really true is that as a woman, we can no longer be influenced by girlish things because you have work to do. We're all members of a bigger picture. You got work to do. You got work to do. And we got to find this potential in you. So this is important for you to adopt a new behavior. Peer pressure, when I see it among adult women, oh my God, it do something to me. I am not a fan of the Atlanta Housewives show. First off, they're not housewives. Housewives are women from the old school definition who don't work, who work in the home, don't work outside the home. Okay, let me clarify that. And don't work outside the home. They're home engineers. Their husbands do the providing, right? And they manage home. That was a whole misinterpreted show from the beginning. What bothers me is that as many of issues we're faced as women in today's society, we would look at something like that show and glean to that show or follow trends and get in action around that picture. And we are gone as an overall collective group of women. Not saying you, but there's a whole group of women who have had certain patterns of their behaviors because of shows like that. And what's happened is it's haunting us. So this number 2 is not just you have to try to do it, you have to do it. Like number 1, intergenerational trauma, it's time for you to get support and help. You can no longer try to do this alone because that's a pathology. When I went on a journey to find out where my trauma started, it started way back in the women before me. So I was passed down this trauma. But it was up to me to stop that trauma. Number 2, remember I said unleashing your truth. How you unleash your truth is you find out who you are. You go on a journey to know that you're not supposed to be a part of a herd mentality, that your job, your goal here to tap into this evolutionary season we're in, this open heaven that we're about to really, really receive. I'm going to share some with y'all at the end of this in just a minute about this open heaven and how it has already shown itself to me. You can no longer be influenced by peers. You can no longer say, girl, if you're not going with me, I can't go. No, you have to be willing to get on a plane, a train, a bus, a car, and get to going. If you know that there's an event, a conference, a seminar, a work something, or anything that's going to move you into your evolutionary you, your potential be unleashed in your truth, you got to go and do it alone. You are a grown adult woman. It's time to face that truth. You're not a girl. You don't need a partner. You will not die with one. You will not be buried with one. The casket only holds space for one person. So you gotta let go of these trends. I am not a trend follower. I am nobody's trend follower. I'm not even an avid superstar kind of follower. I believe that there's a syndrome called the superstar syndrome. We won't get into that today, but for sure, we're always entwined in this idea that someone is greater than ourselves. Why can't it be that they were positioned in a place to influence in whatever way, and we can glean from that, use that a little, and keep moving? But no, we stay there. We stick to it. Our society has placed us in a herd mentality. Some of you don't even know your own voice. You don't know what you like to eat. You don't know what colors are your favorite colors. You don't know what kind of man you really do prefer. Or do you prefer a man? Are you a woman that prefer women? Or is that your unleashing of truth? Who are you really? Do we know you? Or do we know the piece of you that you would like to reveal? Can you reveal to us who you really are and be okay with that? I know that was a lot. And number 3, based on what I know and what I've experienced, money, this evolutionary season is going to bring money. It's going to bring money. It's going to bring a lot of money. And in bringing a lot of money, it's going to offer new opportunities to you. I've been receiving money since I came into the new year. I've been manifesting money. And in manifesting money, I'm going to also give out money. But how do you find your hidden potential of money in you? Because so many women go day in and day out broken because of the economic, the whole idea of money, the economics of it all. So how do we break free of being broke and broke in when it comes to the word money? We have to go on a journey, hear it as well, to learn the elements of manifesting money. I'm not talking about saving right now. I'm going to look in the camera a little more. I'm not talking about saving, and I'm not talking about credit restoration. All of those are important aspects of maintaining money and having leverage to use your money. But I'm talking about the spiritual aspect of money, the power of manifesting. So there's money in you. So for those of you who are still with me, I want you to write that in your chat box. There's money in me. There's money in you. Money unseen, money untapped, money unrevealed. I want to help you source out the money in you. But you got to first sort it out in you. Source it out, but sort it out. Source it out, but sort it out. See, you've been focused on the small, limited part of money. And that's, I got to earn money and I got to save money. But to be rich, to live in abundance, you're going to have to learn the fine art of manifestation of money, where money opens up itself and it reveals to you how to get it and you in relationship. So, how do you do that, Lori? You understand a few things about manifesting money. One, money is energy. So if money is energy, right, then that means that however you're thinking, however you're feeling, however you're doing what you're doing in terms of mental, emotional, and spiritual around money, that's how money relates to you. I see you saying, I am a multimillionaire, okay? So that means that multimillionaire money can find her through either the idea of creating it or the opportunities to be in position where she can, what? Tap it. Cynthia Doe, there's lots of money in me. That word lots in me is the key word. So that means she has more in her than maybe even in her bank account, or maybe she still got to watch and look and get it revealed inside of her. And there's a journey she'll have to go on to go and get more of that lots. Because she knows, she's not assuming. She says it with an exclamation point like K. Alicia George says, there is money in me. And if there's money in you, Alicia, then there it is. There's no pessimistic idea of that. There's only an optimistic thought that, okay, I feel it now. And when we feel it, we can receive it. When we receive it, we can then live in it. This is not about working to the bone. Money is a spirit, like an energy. Money comes from and through your values. And your values come from and influenced by your belief systems. So if your values and your belief systems are at the highest level, you can manifest money. Number two of that idea around money. So I have a document that I can share with you on how to manifest money. If you're interested in that, I will send it to you. It's 4 or 5 distinct areas to manifest money. All you need to do is email my office simply at LoriPelzer.com. Lori, Lori, at LoriPelzer.com. I will put it right here for you. Lori at LoriPelzer.com. And you can request the money manifestation. And I will send that to you for something for you to study there. Just send it to Lori at LoriPelzer.com. And I will send that to you. So those are the keys to, I believe right now, to opening up your hidden potential. I got many more keys, many more, 1, 2, 3s to give you. But that's what I wanted to share with you today. I want to answer any questions or comments or thoughts. But I want to close with sharing with you how I've been receiving this open heaven. So any questions or comments or thoughts, please write them before I log off. I started out the year with a goal. This goal was to create $80,000 in the first quarter of the year. 80,000 in the first quarter. The goal for my company this year is $500,000, and next year $1 million. So we are on track to reach that $80,000 goal. We are halfway there, and we have yet to just enter into February. Why am I sharing this with you? Because what I know is that the evolutionary season we're in, it is a season that is open. There's an open heaven. There's a vortex that's, and I'm going to show a little how the vortex look on some of our next conversations. And it's opening up, and it's pulling down, and it's pulling towards you that in which you have dreamed, visualized, set intentions on, and you have decided to say yes to. So you can't just dream it and visualize it, right? You got to say yes to it, and you got to get in action because you set an intention to manifest it. So that intention has to be set with clear boundaries. And with that clear boundary, you know where to go in that particular, pathway. This is all very new because I didn't grow up living like this. I had to get in environments where I learned it. And I had to get coaches, people who've experienced it. And I had to invest in myself. If you do anything with your taxes, you need to take a portion of that and invest in a coach. Whether it be me or whether it be another coach that you've been following, that you believe that has, the receipts and the proof. The social proof is one thing, but to know that you know and that this is the person to help you get some of these things that I'm speaking about today. I'm going to be opening up a group program, but it won't be till probably May or June because we're in the midst of getting ready for the Girl It's Your Life tour. And it'll be powerful. It's going to be exactly what you need. If you've been needing a program that allows you, a budget program and so forth. So that's awesome, Renee Hall. Awesome. That's awesome. And what I know is this is a season for not just manifesting money. This is a season for manifesting a new life. 2020. There's a 2020. 2-0 and a 2-0. It has meaning. This is a leap year. It has meaning. We have 29 days in February this year. There's something happening, and you got to get in tune, and you got to get ready. I hope that today has really empowered you. I'll be coming on Tuesdays or Thursdays to share with you the evolutionary you. This is a series I created, and we'll be driving you into that program called the Evolution of You, which is going to take you into advancement, and it's going to take you into greater. And I promise you, I won't lead you wrong. I won't give you no hype. I'm going to give you exactly what I know works, and what I don't know I can't give. But if you're excited about where you are right now, that is good. Just stay tuned, and let's expand that even more. If you're not excited about where you are right now, it is going to be important for you to stay in tune. Nothing wrong with that either. I've been not excited. My husband just went through another life-changing health crisis. I was in the hospital leading up to Christmas. How do I bounce back? People ask me all the time. Women ask me that all the time because I live this thing that I'm sharing with you. I'm not robotic. I cried a few times. I asked God several questions, but yet I was still able to produce. I was still able to get through it, and I was still able to see on the other side of it. And all I know is this: you don't get any more time to be on the sideline of your own life or window shopping your own life, looking at your life through a glass door, peeping in. You got to get it. There's so much potential still in you. It's like being a kid, exploring everything there is. And we got to just reshape that in our minds, right? It's about you standing as a leader. It's about you saying, yes, I have a voice. It's about you being powerful. It's about you being your brilliant self, your unique self, revealing your truths, getting support around those intergenerational traumas that have hold you back and hold you back every single year. It's about you saying yes. And if you don't know how to say yes, we may have to practice that. So, a couple quick things. For those of you who've been wanting to get on a stage, I have a new division in my company called Girl Taste the Stage. I want you to visit girltastethestage.com. Girl Taste the Stage. I'm going to write that here for you. Girl Taste the Stage is an event designed to help women who are aspiring to speak and or who are currently speakers who want to get more exposure and would love to be in what we call a speaker showcase, to showcase who you are, what you're about, what you're ready to give to the world. You'll get training with me. Girl Taste the Stage is an application, very quick application online. Fill it out, email it also to the office. We have 5 more slots available. We'll be doing Girl Taste the Stage, the Atlanta Showcase. Oh, like if you think of Queens the Comedy without all the cussing, right? I might be the one that say a cuss word. Lord help me. I'm almost finished on. Like, cussing is out my spirit. I'm like, I done worked on that thing. That was intergenerational trauma for sure. And I'm being serious about that. Cursing and blessing out the same mouth just hadn't worked out for me. It makes me feel a certain way. So I've been going on a journey to work on this cussing. Cursing, cussing, whichever word. But Queens of Comedy, think of that. And now see yourself on stage. Maybe you've been wanting to taste the stage and you've been waiting. This is your time. I'll be training you with several other speakers, and we'll be live here in Atlanta at the Atlanta Showcase April 25th. So it's time to get in now. We're going to be doing a few promos about it in the next couple of days. There's 5 more spots available. It is an investment along with the training that you get. It's $1,997. You can get a discount if you pay in full. You can also get a payment plan. And we're okay with financing that for you here at my company, at Girl Go Be Great Lifestyle and Success Company. If you're ready to go on something bigger, and this is going to be yummy, so don't count Taste the Stage out. That's what I would be doing if I've been ready to get out there, or I've been ready to tap into the Atlanta market as a speaker, and I've been doing it for a while. I would be on that stage. See, I take opportunities. I take them, and I go get them. You got to have that mentality. Not the herd mentality, but the leader mentality. Be outrageously sold out to your vision. And the final opportunity, Girl, It's Your Life Tour. We'll start the Girl, It's Your Life Tour. We'll launch here in Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to have a really pretty launch this year. We've never done a real official launch, but we're going to do a launch and a party here in Atlanta the end of May. And then we'll be going on tour starting in June. We'll be going to many cities, and we have 2 speaker opportunities left. You get an opportunity because we had women that were already, watching the website. We've been interviewing. We had women that said yes, and we're excited about this group. We'll be doing branding photos. We'll be doing all of this incredible stuff, and I am excited. You want to know more about that? Go to girlitsyourlifetour.com. Simply email the office. There's an email address there, and schedule you an interview with me, and we will get you set up. Time is of essence on that, and so you want to get involved. if that's what you're really ready to do, go out to the world, because we'll be state to state. It's normally on the weekends, and we'll then end up in international, which is Canada, as well as Jamaica and St. Thomas this year. This is that time for you, if you believe it's that time for you. Because I'm not going to keep telling women it's that time for you. You got to know your time. And if you don't know your time, do this work that I just kind of covered with you today. It's been my pleasure serving you, girl. You go be great. I love you. I love you for loving me. And I don't know if everybody see my new haircut. I'm back with the cut. Got it done yesterday. Couldn't get the blonde all the way we wanted because I had already had some blonde hair in there, right? But I'm super excited about this new funky cut, because I didn't want to cut it shaved down, but I definitely wanted it funky for what we're about to do. And I'm so excited about us as women. Thank you so much for being with me, Renee Hall. Thank you so much. I love each of you, Rose Waymeyer. Y'all have a great day and enjoy the Super Bowl tomorrow. Girl, go be great. And for those of you, Sean Darby, I see you there. Rain, thank you for joining. Charlene Madison, great to see you. If you want to be a speaker on the Girls Your Life tour, get that in now. We know that it will absolutely be an incredible return on your investment, but more so an incredible life-changing opportunity to change women's lives. This year, Girl, It's Your Life tour is Girl, It's Your Life tour, the evolution. And we're going to places like Dallas, Houston. I mean, I can keep going on the list. Philadelphia, New Jersey. I'll be going to Alabama. I'll be going to Tennessee. I mean, we're going to Charlotte. We're going to Raleigh. We're going all over. So let's get busy. Thank you all so much. Loves and kisses to you. Share the video. And definitely, I'll see you on the other side. Thank you so much. Yes, beautiful cut. Yes, nice hair. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you, Renee. Loves and kisses. And girl, you go be great.